Welcome everybody to this second testing session here at Daytona. And I'm telling you what, it has been an unbelievable testing session. We have a total of 11 other cars that came on around, or actually, 13 rather, my apologies. There 13 other cars came on around, and it has been unbelievable. And finally here, we got in the booth, Kyle Keith, which first off, how you doing, my man?
Doing good. I'm doing really good. Tired, but I'm doing good.
Oh yeah, long trip to St. Augustine and all. But as you see, some of the cars are rolling on off. Some of which have been a part in the first testing session, and some are brand new that had not been in the first testing session. There's a bunch of them. The only driver who is not yet in here yet is Ange Navarro's teammate Ember Ross. Now we'll explain more about that when we talk about all the cars and all that. But the preseason thunder, I guess you could say, all that stuff has been rolling around. Cars have been getting their paint schemes and all. So let's go out on the track and show you who's out there and whatnot. One interesting one to start off right here. We got Trent Dunham in the Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary edition for the Dodge Daytona there. And I'm telling you what, this is the scheme that Trent will be running during the Daytona Speed Weeks, and the scheme looks absolutely amazing here. And I'm telling you what, an interesting thing about Trent Dunham, him and Daytona, it's a weird relationship. When it comes to the 500, it does not mix well. When it comes to the events outside of the 500, for some apparent reason,
Yeah.
it's the best thing ever. Trent, though, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do this season, though. And with what we got now is the Budweiser Shootout and all the other Daytona preseason stuff going around before the eventual Daytona 500, this is going to be interesting. And Kyle, you actually got to talk to me beforehand about Trent Dunham, and what was the first thing he said to you before he hopped onto the track here?
Well, I mean, he said he was looking forward to a fast car. Um, Obviously, he's going to say that to his owner, but yeah, I mean, last year was a terrible 500 for him. I mean, they wrecked lap one, turn two. So he said he wanted to get that off his chest and go out there and run some good lap times today and see how the car feels.
Yeah, so Trent Dunham, we'll see how he'll be here. He is, I guarantee you, got to get Daytona through his mind. And keep in mind, too, when the NRSL T-Mobile Cup Series came here after the first testing session, ironically enough, he won that event. How shocker that one is there. We're going to wait for someone who's out there on the track. Ironic enough, is the team owner for that one, and teammate Kyle Keith. Now, it's funny and hard enough to believe this is his third season, and he's already accomplished a lot. And what's even crazier is to see how the team has progressed and expanded. And actually, my mistake, he's been here for 4 seasons rather, not 3, as Navarro almost got into him right there. But Kyle Keith, it's like an evolution you just see out of him in it. He went from an underdog driver in season 3, no one had ever heard of him before, except for a few people, to now a very well-known driver in the community. And I'm telling you what, this evolution, you're just seeing more and more. And I mean, you don't know what to expect out of them, but I'm guaranteed when it comes to those SSs, don't be surprised to see that Target Dodge running up through the field and heading up to the front,
Yeah,
especially
the
the closer
42.
locations.
Speaking because well, that's yeah, but I don't want to get too preachy on it, but you better move that down, Mason Powers. It's just
Yeah,
when I
right?
started out the team, and I was like, well, let's just do something fun. A lot of things like the simulators where you can build teams and all that. I said, let's do it for NR and let's have fun with it. So it's more or less just everyone else having a good time around it than me just going out there going, oh, well, it's just everyone having a good time, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Now, Kyle Keefe, remember, he did make the chase last season, but had a rather averagey chase, although toward the end, Dylan Pote just kind of ran away with it there. But this season will be a brand new season and much expected. Now, here's one of the drivers that's going to be a part of the series that wasn't a part of the first testing session, but
Mm.
was confirmed. Remember how Johnny Gardner didn't have his teammates here? Well, here is one of them, and the only veteran a part of the team, Jackie Tang, running the number 85. Now, Tang, the last 3 seasons, from season 3 to season 5, was a part of the number 81 Toyota, where he got to drive Buffalo Wild Wings, Double Mint, Fastenal, Aflac, and a gum that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Gum Alert Services, I think it was called. Tang, though, did not have anything good last season. It was horrible. So now being a part of Chevy, and I remember we had this talk not long ago. Jackie Tang, he's like that one guy here who's just like, he's got the experience, but he just had one good run and then just can't seem to get anything well. So I don't know what to expect from Tang with a new team here. Well, I shouldn't say a new team, but a new look of a team. But should be
Yeah,
interesting what'll happen.
it's good to see Jackie in another actual ride this year, and below him is another driver we'll talk about in a minute. But good to see Jackie in the Chevy for once, and actually a good looking Camaro by that. So hopefully we can get a couple wins this season.
Mm-hmm. And to keep in mind, too, Chevy Camaro makes its debut this season. Mason Powers, he was a part of the first testing session in the number 41. I believe my memory serves me correctly. I think some of the schemes I changed up and some I didn't. So if I didn't change for the first one there, I apologize there. But Mason Powers in that Golden Haas number 41 there. It's funny, and you think about season 3, too, ironic enough. This was the other driver everyone talked about, too. The battle of the threes at one point. It was like the most well-talked battle during season 3. Mason Powers and Kyle Keith only separated by one number. However, Powers, keep in mind, last season, he is now the all-time wins leader in the NRSL in the Cup Series. And it's hard enough to believe with that, though. And like I said with Kyle Keith, this is also his
It's been an
first season
accident
with there's
3
been some dust kicked
or
up off the grade. Just double-checking. Possibly Devin Becker. But anyways, Mason Powers, though, just going to try to do what he can. Right now, 17th on the board. But Powers, though, for Stuart Haas, remember, he is only in a 2-car team with the 4 of Clint Spillman. So it's like it gets smaller and smaller, but he still does what he can to get himself a W out there. So give credit due for Mason Powers. He's doing everything what he can to pull off a win in every season when he can. And up here, this is one of the drivers that also wasn't a part of the last testing session, Angel Navarro. Now, for Archangel Racing Automotive, I think it was called. I think that's the team name here. I'm getting used to the newer team names here. It's going to be a pain, and if I don't get it right, I apologize. Don't slice me there. But Angel Navarro running the Queens College Toyota right there. Had a bunch of problems with the paint scheme at first, trying to get it fixed. They eventually got it fixed. It wasn't ready for the first testing session. So then they had it set to make sure it'd be ready for the second session. And now finally it is here. Now, he still has his teammates, William Duncan with him, and that is it. So they have a 3-car team, but we're still waiting on Ember Ross. Now, Navarro, so far, as of what we know of, this is the only planned scheme as of what we are aware of, but in the future we are aware of is that we will get some brand new schemes with the 25. Jessica Sheldon in the 0-2 for S3 Motorsports. They're running that MDX Chevrolet there. Right now, not getting any draft and not getting luck trying to get up with the pack there. But Shelton, it's funny when you think of Jessica Shelton. She has been around since season 2, so this is her 5th season in the Cup Series. And what's funny is this, though, is that she knows how to pick up wins, but for some apparent reason, her main struggle when she gets out there is either when it comes to the chase, she just can't seem to get that momentum after the regular season, or when the races go, man, she could not get around lap traffic to save her life, and it's just like every time she just gets up there with the lead, and a couple laps to go, a lap car comes and just ruins the momentum. And, to be honest, that lap traffic didn't come the way she would probably have at least 5
happened
or 6
a lot
more
last
wins,
season
and
for
then
Jessica
she'd be up
Shelton.
there in the all-time wins column. And ironic enough, open roads, she had the lead. No lap traffic came, but then JT Bryant, that 4.5-second comeback, ended up throwing it away. Shelton won to forget that race especially. But Chase came last season, and she fell apart, dead last in the chase, so looking for a major rebound. Here's Anthony McCurry in that number 61. How about this? The international manufacturers, Audi and BMW, working together. Now, this is the first time you've been seeing it, Kyle, but this is the Audi that was showcased heavily last testing session. It was the Quattro Audi there, which is a different look of an Audi. Now, Audi, in the last 4 seasons, they used the RS4. That was the vehicle that they used. Now they're using a brand new one called Quattro. Now, Audi is still a single-car team. There's no other plans that they have not even mentioned that they will have a 2-car team plan, but McCurry has been very strongly loyal about, being a part of Audi and staying a part of the 61, he is very happy with it no matter what. He's just the guy riding out. Ironic enough, last season, Audi picked up its first win at 8 pole. Hopefully, more wins to come. And there's an interesting sight right there. Kate Anderson in the Jack Daniels BMW right there. And I'm telling you, I'm getting more excited about this return for Kate Anderson. Now, the last time we had seen Kate in the NRSL in a full points paid race was the time that she won a championship in Xfinity, which was back in Season 4. However, she never made any Cup starts prior, and she was going to run Xfinity last season, had a baby that came on the way. However, she had the opportunity to run for the Cup All-Star Showdown. Unfortunately, didn't make it, but still was out there running, had a bunch of fun, and got some experience. Drivers were happy to see her in the garage area. She was
she was supposed to run last season in Xfinity, and then out of nowhere the pregnancy came, so Kyle Keith got the call. He wasn't planning on running it at all, but he jumped in the car for her and is going to run again this season. But, Kate, when she was ready to come back and said Keith Motorsports picked her up in Xfinity, BMW saw that as just a great advantage. Chris Washer was leaving. They had to find a driver. And they looked over and went, well, she's got a Outback Championship, right? Let's pick her up and see what she can do this season. So it's good to see her in the BMW with the Jack Daniels sponsorship. She's probably going to win a race this season. There's no question. She's probably going to win a race. I just don't know where.
Yeah. She may get.
She might win the 500.
Get a little rusty
Oh boy!
First, but then again, she may prove us all wrong. So we never know. And here's, and here we go. Here's a good pack right here. That's Zachary Fitzwater, Quentin Moore, Brett Pritchard, Nathan Hudson, and Johnny Gardner. Let's start off with Fitzwater. Now, originally we had Fitzwater in the Ford Fusion because the Mustang was not ready yet. So they were trying to get the Mustang all fixed up, and now there she is, all ready to go. Also, Mustang makes its debut in the NRSL. Last time we had a manufacturer debut was, I want to say it was Season 4, outside of the Sega Keith Dodges that were going around. But after that, or before that, they had
Volkswagen,
BMW, Mitsubishi Lancer, and Volkswagen. Volkswagen and the Maserati. Now, Mustang and Camaro make their debuts. I'm telling you what,
geez. Oh boy.
Had not that last season.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh man, there's this teammate right in front of him. Yeah, but Fitzwater, we'll see what he can do. Is he's got a brand new teammate, Jeffrey Finguy. Now, originally Fitzwater had Mean Gold Racing. Well, Mean Gold Racing shut down, and just about every one of the teammates left, including Caleb Harris, who retired. So, thankfully, Fitzwater formed his own team, and guess who also came aboard? Rookie Jeffrey Finguy. Now, Finguy's been in Xfinity for the past 2 seasons. In the 12 car last season, and unfortunately lost the championship. And then also in the 29 car previously. That was his rookie year. Now, in the 92 this season, and making his Cup debut, he is very, very excited, and can't wait to see what Finguy's going to do. Now, he's got plenty of experiences outside of here, but now finally in the big main stage in the NRSL, this is awesome. And also, it's great to see that both the cars are here together and not separated, so that's a really good sign. Now, this one's an interesting one here. Nathan Hudson, now this recently just got out here, was the Red Bull Sailor Moon Toyota right here. Now, Nathan Hudson, there were a bunch of rumors about what was going on with Hudson. Now, originally, he was supposed to come back to the NRSL in the Cup Series.
Oh, we had a wreck.
Where? There's some smoke kicked up right here. And, it's Mason
Another
Powers
car involved.
in
It
the
was
41 with
Anderson?
As Anderson coming down pit road and more. Anyways, back to Hudson here. Hudson was originally going to be a part of Navarro's team, and then all of a sudden some complications happened, and now he's a part of his own team,
Anime
Racing, or it's Nathan
Yeah.
Hudson Racing. I want to say it's Anime Racing to be exact. Anime, thank you. Nathan Hudson, though, can't wait to see what he can do, though. It's good to see him back in the Cup Series. Last time he ran, guess who drove the car of the 16 prior, which, yes, Hudson drove that car. Unfortunately, did not pick up a win. Now returning with the 11, so it's good to see the 11 come back. The last time the 11 came back in the Cup Series, Marco Martinez was in that car and eventually picked up its first ever win at the Brickyard. And only win, too, keep in mind. Yikes. Now, looking through here, you got Stephen Pollard III, that's Cole Deaver and Elijah Gilbert. Now, Pollard III in the
Yep.
Volkswagen. I want to say, did he make the chase? Yes, he did make the chase last season. And still with Volkswagen. And I'll tell you what, Volkswagen's been extremely loyal. They've won only a couple races during their time span in the NRSL. But I'm telling you what, though, Pollard's just been the guy riding
Oh
it out,
no.
like a couple other drivers here in the series. But I'll tell you what, though, Pollard the third, he's just that guy that just enjoys riding that Volkswagen, and he's had no plans of leaving in that '06 car. So
No, you're
he's one of
definitely
those
right, and
loyal
it's
guys here,
amazing
Kyle.
how he's
Am I
kept
right
the
or wrong?
same car, the same number. So when he goes out on track, you automatically already know who that is. So I mean, a lot of people wonder why doesn't he change his paint scheme? Why does he need to? I mean, right. I mean, you
Yeah,
just know
he's
by
only
just
got two paint
if it's on the
schemes,
screen,
that's the
okay, Stephen
SKF and the
Pollard.
Mobile One.
You don't even have to look at it. You just go, oh, that's him.
Oh, it's exactly. Now here's Tweenix Racing with Elijah Gilbert. Now remember this here about Alex May, how he got booted from the 30 and has got bumped over to the Truck Series, because I do remember he's in that one there. And Elijah Gilbert stepped in. So this is the third different driver of the secondary team for Tweenix Racing for Seth Cole, other than like Dylan Pote and Ian Dutta. Now Gilbert, he's got the 30 Arizona Green Tea Chevrolet, and he will also bring the other 30 cars that Alex may have brought along. So this is the new scheme that will go along and will be ran for Daytona. One car smoke, and it's Trent Dunham. So they'll get the backup prepared for that one there. But Elijah Gilbert, he's right now 15th on the board. And I'll have to change where that rookie is right there, too, on Gilbert before the 500 is. I thought I had it on there, but I guess not. So apologies on that one there. And speaking of the 83, here's Cole Deaver. Now, he did not have a good Xfinity season last season, but it was still enough for Johnny Gardner to pull the trigger and put him in the Cup Series. Kyle, I got to ask you right away, though, do you think that was a wise
Well, I
move,
mean, he didn't
or do you
have
think
a
he's
really
being
hot
rushed
season
too
last year in
much there?
Xfinity as we got more smoke. I think, yes, someone did eat it. Oh, we had a big crash. Who
Oh,
was
man.
that? I mean, he
Looks
didn't have
like
a
one
hot
that
season
eventually
last year,
died
and
down.
I guess
Anyways,
you can say, in my opinion, it's a little too early to shoot him up in the cup. But you know what? We've seen that before where someone did a terrible Outback season, shot up the cup, and won 3 races. So, I mean, it is what it is.
and ironic enough, the
Exactly.
champion this season, the previous season before, he finished 41st. So sometimes you got to be careful what you say there. Now, Connor Meyer in the 51, as we're kind of killing some time right here, so we'll kind of speed up here. Connor Meyer in the 51, first session, he did not too bad. Second session, right now he's 26, so they need a little bit of work on there. But one of his new sponsors, YouTube Theory, in the Toyota there for Meyer's team there. Now, remember, it's a solo car team, but I'll give Meyer the credit where it's due, though. He is making his statement, and I'm guaranteed one thing. When we head
Mm-hmm.
out to open roads, this is one of the two drivers that is looking for retribution. And I think that still haunts him. I think that still does. And if you think about it, Meyer's been a good road course racer, keep in mind, too. And he's had that during his other seasons in different series, so keep that in mind, too. There's Levi McIntyre, car number 19, the Subway Toyota, also known as Levi Mac and Cheese right there, if one day Seth can make that scheme. But anyways, McIntyre currently 26 on the board right there. Now, he made the chase last season for the first time in his career. Unfortunately, his chase kind of was an up and down roller coaster effect. He had a good run in some areas, and then other runs, he just could not save his
Oh,
life
what are
right
you
there. He was
doing?
having a bad
What
run
are
right
you
there.
doing?
And yikes, RJ Bishop
16 would have
yeah,
had a
went into the
really
pack,
quick
and
lap if that didn't
unfortunately, it's
happen.
going to slow him down. But McIntyre, though, oh yeah. Now, here's one of Navarro's teammates that has still been a part of it, and actually, my mistake. The other one was DJ Curtis. I apologize for the other mishap of the other teammate there. But William Duncan, one of the slowest on the field, 39th, just has been seen to get up there with the draft. However, we'll get some fast laps on here. We're going to put the ticker up right now as we're nearing the 10-minute mark. Alex Ferranti, the
Oh boy.
slowest on the board right now. The
Oh
fastest
boy.
is Cody
There it is.
Lamas. That's one of the Florida drivers right here. 46.116. But William Duncan, still been one of the most active drivers here in the NRSL, and he's been really passionate, though. And it's funny enough how he has changed from the number 6 Ford and being to the 55 Toyota, and it's not been too bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's been a good thing or a bad thing, but he did pick up a win last season at the other road course we had to, and our first ever dirt road course ever at Ireland. So give credit to Duncan there. He knows how to drive the wheel there. Second place at that race, not too far behind RJ Bishop. Now, they do have an updated scheme getting ready to be wrapped up and all that, but for right now, they have him in this scheme here. But RJ, though, doing what he is doing in the 98, currently 16th on the board, Speed Vegas. Now, Bishop last season made his rookie season debut and was a part of the 91, and now in his familiar 98, which ironic enough, he races dirt in his actual time off the NRSL. And I'm telling you what, this is the reason why when we go back to Ireland, this is going to be the one driver to keep an eye on, hands down. So, RJ Bishop, they're currently 16th on the board.
There he is.
We'll
Yeah.
see what happens to the Speed Vegas Toyota. And there's the fastest. Cody Lamas says now Finn Guy has cracked the second position there. No one's been able to outdo Cody Lamas right now, but currently the fastest out on the track. Now Cody, unfortunately, he's had a problem in a lot of series. He just can't find any luck whatsoever. It's like he's got Danica Patrick in his system, sadly enough. But Cody, though, currently the fastest car on the track right now, and he's showing good potential right now. And, you know,
What a block.
we'll see if Cody can actually get a good season for once. Hopefully, with all that experience, one day he can get in there. We shall see, though. And right next to him, a good buddy of his there, Brett Pritchard, in the 3 in the Sun Energy 1 Dodge there. Dodge Daytona, excuse me. Pritchard currently 39th on the board. Pritchard, who is now moved to the 3. We talked about in the first testing session about how Michael Norman retired, and said Keith won to honor 3 there by having a part of the team. And now Brett Pritchard trying to do what he can. Ironic enough, his last lap was his fastest lap. Let's see what he does when he crosses the stripe here. But Pritchard looking for a really good season. And fun fact about Pritchard, he was one of the few drivers that made both the Xfinity Chase and the Cup Chase. But now because we have a third series that we have here, which I don't think he's in, we'll see what he can do in the 2 series prior. But we'll see, though, as this lap, he will run a slower lap. So
here's a nice pack.
Figures. As here's the others. Yep. Here's another second Keith driver, and I think this is the last one of them all. Sean Art, and I'm telling you what, this is one driver I think you're looking forward to the most. You told me out of everybody, haven't you, Kyle? John Art last season in Xfinity almost won the championship. One of the couple drivers that was up ahead of what would be eventual champion Grayson Acevedo, but fell apart toward the end. It said Joltis and was at the wrong place run time when the checker flag came, missed it by a couple of points. John Art, though, he is looking to actually be a rookie contender to win the championship. So we'll see what Zaxby's Dodge can do.
There he is.
We're going to really do what we can to get these cars on the way here. DJ Curtis, the last of the actual
new leader, by the way. We have Kate Anderson that just cracked the top, beating Cody Lamas.
Yep, and Curtis is actually now...
Oh my God, what? No way. No. I gotta see that lap. That is nuts. Oh my God.
I gotta see that when we finish the session. Oh my God. She blew it away. But DJ Curtis, I'm telling you what, he was also one of the drivers that made the chase last season, but just did not have the best chase season as well with Jessica Sheldon. Just finished poorly after making the chase. So Curtis looking for a major rebound too. Keith Batson, the 38, one of the old-timers in this series, Ford here. Now Batson, along with Qualls and Osborne, they're more of the old school racer. And I'll tell you what, Batson's been a part of the series since season 3, and this is his 4th season in the Cup Series. And I'll tell you what, he's just loving it. He don't care if he doesn't get a win yet, but you know what? At this point, he is really desperate to want to get this win, and he's getting more hungry.
I think he does have one win. I think it was actually, I'm gonna have to go back in the archives. It was either Talladega or a road course. Oh, did he? Okay.
I want to say in Xfinity he did win, though, for a fact, but I think so. But as we have 5 minutes left in the session now, Batson, I guarantee you, he is getting more hungry. He's got his hunger strive, but we'll see what will happen as this pack right here still not getting his lap. Sky Commons in the 24, however. He's got himself an accomplishment made last season. He finally won a race after winning the championship, and it was about damn
I think he
time.
dropped a
I
cylinder.
think Commons just, I don't know what happened there. I think he did. But nonetheless, though, in the Baby Ruth Chevrolet, Sky Commons, well-known driver that was a part of Sony that just recently retired. However, he's still being productive here in the Universal Orlando Cup Series and driving the infamous number 24 here. He's had no talks about retiring and all that in the NRSL. But I'll tell you what, though, Sky Commons.
One win, it was at the
win,
Brickyard,
got
and a
himself
championship. I mean, what
so
more do you
ain't too
want?
shabby, right? Exactly. And here's one of the other rookies that's being a part of it. Now, Gardner's team, Gardner Racing with TPI Industries there, they have 3 rookies as well with 2 veterans. Now, this is the last of the rookies, Quentin Moore. Now, not much is known about Quentin Moore. The only thing he's had experiences with is in the NSCRA. Now, Moore is a short track racer type of guy, and we have actually one short track we go to, which is Iowa. So a lot of eyes are going to be on him when we go to that track for sure. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But Quentin Moore, I just want to read what the front is here because I can
Oh,
hardly read
boy.
it. It's a Racing with Jesus Industries Chevrolet honoring Morgan Shepherd because that actually is his favorite driver there. So that's good to see that there. I couldn't read it from that far distance.
I missed that car.
Sometimes the text, they make it too odd and not to see there. And speaking of it, we're going to quickly talk about the owner here, Johnny Gardner, in that Mobile One Camaro here. Now, this is his primary scheme, honoring the Jeremy Mayfield colors right there, Mobile One there. And they've been big with Johnny Gardner ever since his racing days here. But Gardner, we'll see what will happen. Currently 25th on the board. He was the only one for the team in the first testing session. Now with all his teammates on there, they've not shown their major speed yet. So we'll see what happens. We got to quickly go through because we got less than 3 minutes. Dylan Poteet, there he is, the champion in that throwback to Brad Keselowski and like basically all the drivers who drive the 09 to Mikuwask Chevrolet right there. But one of his favorite drivers is Brad Keselowski, and he has a throwback of that. And I believe, I'm not sure what the plan is for his throwback at all, but he does like this car a lot. So we will be seeing this scheme at least a couple times in the season. So good to see Poteet, the champion, having his good speed and his momentum back. And also one of the old-timers here. Great to see add another championship to that collection. And there's Kyle Matthews in the 09 there for S3. Now, Charles Sanford was 8th. Jessica Shelton was kind of pimping around. And now Kyle Matthews, he is 15th on the board, which ain't too bad out of 41 drivers. But with 2 minutes to go, he just needs to get whatever he can. But Matthews, though, trying to look up for a victory. I bet his best bet for a victory could be Las Vegas. And here's Penske. Now, Penske has 2 different Fords. Now, you see, this is the Ford Fusion JT Bryant has right here. Currently 14th on the board. JT Bryant, who picked up that miraculous, I mean miraculous win at Open Roads. 4.5 seconds. I mean, that's something you cannot talk about, and that's going to be, like, forever in the books of the best comebacks in the NRSL history. But Bryant, I'm telling you one thing, though. He knows how to make the chase. He knows how to win races. Just can't seem to get that championship. And I guarantee you one day he's going to get there. Just don't know when and where. And here's Alex Ferranti. Now, this is the one that has the Mustang of the team. Having a brand new look. He was a part of the 29 last season for Brony Racing. And then he got booted out of the ride. Got moved over to Young Motorsports. I don't know why I said Penske, but basically Young Motorsports there. Having a Miller Lite Metallica Gold car right here. This is an awesome looking scheme. Very basic, but very neat. Now, funny enough here, we don't have a lot of band sponsors that's on here, so this is a neat accomplishment right here. But Ferranti, a very big diehard metal fan there, so this is great to see that, 2 things that he likes a lot is the 2 car and Metallica at the same time. Now, here's Devin Becker, once again, another name change here. Or number change, excuse me, with the 04 now. And funny enough, the 04 is one of the numbers that has not been used yet in the Cup other than the 05 and the 89. So
This
Devin
be a
Becker,
big pack at the end of the session here.
In the archives here. And I believe this is Aaron's and Budweiser. So 15 seconds left here. So let's see if we any other drivers here. There's Daniel Olson real quickly here in the Exalta Chevrolet. He's also been a part of the NSCRA. Not much is known about him, but he knows how to race the car really well. We'll see what he can do when the rookie takes aboard here. There's Clint Spillman, the 500 winner. A lot of eyes are going to be on him to see if he can go back-to-back there. So we'll see what will happen. They're going to finish their lap here and see what it'll be. Now, I keep forgetting to change for Zach Flickinger here because I know you mentioned me earlier there. But Zach Flickinger in that Brandt Dodge there, I'm telling you what about Flickinger there. Xfinity, he's not a part of Say Keith. However, Cuppy's still loyal in that team. And give credit what's due about Flickinger, though. He knows how to ride. And when we go to Chicagoland, that hometown crowd, man, always big there. Always, always big. And I believe we missed Qualls, Osborne, and Walton. So real quick, as the session is going to expire now, Osborne, as now it's official. Osborne here is a part for the team with Qualls here. I can't remember. Johanna Atwood Motorsports there, running Chevy Camaros. Him and James Qualls, which let me see where they're at, where Qualls at here. They're running Chevy Camaros instead of Chevrolet SS's. And Kate Anderson, it is official. She will have the fastest car in the second session.
No, dude. Oh, my.
Now they're going to do that. We got to look at that lap real quick with Kate Anderson. So that was the best lap I've ever seen at Daytona. That's actually real quick. Let me.
Yeah, what lap was that? Was that? I think that was a little bit earlier in the session. I think that was like around. I think it was like around 8 minutes left. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it should be somewhere around there.
Oh, this might have been it.
Well, I wonder why. She was in a really good pack, and then, actually.
Dude, she has slingshots all over the place.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Look at the speed she had. Like, she was flying through here. Now, we're watching the time. Actually, let's look at that
42.
last
There's a
lap
43.
here.
Jesus.
Right, and then we'll, look back
she had a better lap after
43.
this, so.
Wow. Holy cow. So.
2:14.
Now, look at here. You can see her speed. She's going nearly 220. She was actually going 219 at a point, and then look, she's catching up to Stephen Pollard the third and Zach Rogers. Keep in mind, her speed was kind of in the first testing session, and then look, it gets held up a bit. Now that's the 43.309, and then she's gonna go right on down, and is gonna look at that. Wow!
Is NRSL testing without restrictor plates on her? Like,
holy cow!
We'll have to check with officials. They might have taken a restrictor plate off to see what happens. Because she's going 230. She's going 230, Dylan. He's going future standing still.
They did something on that car.
They're standing still.
Look at these guys are going 200, and she's going about. That's amazing. And then watch right here. Look at she's with. That's Joshua Osborne, Angel Navarro, James Qualls, Clint Spillman, and Jeffrey Finguy.
She still beats that.
Look at the line. That's a 42.470, folks. That's a record. That's a record in the NRSL books right there, folks. That has never been achieved. Had never have gotten into 42s before. So Kate Anderson
she beats it again. She beats it again because it was a 1:14. So she beats this.
That is awesome.
I just want to see how.
Now let's see how she does here. She's trying to get around Osborne. No, I'm about to say she's trying to go 4 wide. I'm about to say, I don't know how
she's gonna do some jank stuff right here, probably get by.
That's Finguy in front.
Oh, yes, she did. Here she goes.
Well, whatever they did to that car.
Yeah. Here goes. Here we go.
And then right there, that's the 46 lap. But watch, once she gets that clean air, look at that. She is gone. And funny enough, the lap she had before.
Oh, she's gonna get a good draft here by a Fronty. Oh my
goodness! They did something right. Almost. I think.
Well, this isn't the lap. There's just no way it's gonna be a lap. It's gotta be the next lap.
She did.
Because she has got a lot of clean air the next lap.
Well, see, there's a 42.4. That's still amazing, though, how she shattered that entire field. By 4 seconds.
This is the one.
That's unbelievable.
She's gonna go. She doesn't even have any time to get past him.
That's amazing.
I think this is
even
the lap.
doubt. Let's
I
actually
could be
fast
wrong.
forward a bit here to see if that was that lap, though. There's another pack.
And
That's
she dumps off.
Hudson,
Where'd she get the
Olsen,
40?
Keith, and Dunham.
Okay.
She had down pit road. Yeah, so that was that. She was that. That was that entire lap right there.
God.
So this is a look at the results here of all the speed. Anderson the fastest. Unfortunately, Michael Walton was the slowest. That was the only driver we did not mention of the field. Now, real quick about Walton was that there's a funny beef between McIntyre and Walton because, well, both love the 99. Both love Carl Edwards. McIntyre really loves the 99 so bad, but Michael Walton's driving it. Now, he is planned for a throwback in this season, and there's already been announced, but we will not show until when the throwback race is going around. But the 99, though, very ready for a prospering season, though. I'm looking forward to see what Michael can do. Can he get the win
oh
on
my
speed?
God.
We'll see, though. So, unfortunately, the slowest. Look at everyone's in the 46, and Anderson with a 42.4. And amazing enough, that is the fastest lap ever produced in the NRSL at Daytona. No one's ever produced a faster lap than that.
Is that a glitch? Just go through
That is
qualifying real quick to
amazing.
see if she posts a quicker time. I just want to see. Like, that might be a...
But, yeah, but let's take a look at the top 10 while the qualifying is going to come on down because we may as well talk about it here. Kate Anderson, the fastest, as usual. Second fastest was R.J. Bishop. He big time improved for sure. 46.093. That's still a really good lap that's there, nonetheless, though. Not as fast as Anderson, but I mean, still, that's really good. Cody Lamas, the Florida native there, was third fastest. Finn Guy, first time he came out on the track, he's fourth. Fifth, Dunham. Sixth, Fitzwater in the updated look. So both Finn Guy and Fitzwater, they're looking really fast and strong. That's a good thing. Rogers, that was the other driver I forgot to mention, was Zach Rogers there. And Charles Sanford, 7th and 8th. McIntyre, 9th, and Kyle Keefe, another Florida native, in 10th. Dylan Pote, the champion, other notables there. He was 11th fastest there. And then looking through, Clint Spellman, the 500 winner, 24th. And then let's find some other notables real quick. How about some of the guys who made their first starts in testing sessions? Devin Becker, the 04, 18th fastest. Jackie Tang, 20th. Ian Dutt, I forgot to talk about him too. And real quick, 22nd. This is his last season in the Cup Series. So first we had last season with Michael Norman, Tanner Sullivan, Anthony Ritchie, Caleb Paris, Kyle Miller. Now we can at least start off for sure Ian Dutta. Now, it's going to be big to see what will happen if Tweenix will have a 4-car team next season, or they will slim down to a 3-car team and someone brand new could take over, but you never know these days. So we shall see. And a lot of speculation. Who knows what could happen to? Or someone like entirely new could be in the 32 for the team. And who knows exactly. Also, other notables, Nathan Hudson, 23rd. Connor Meyer, 28th. Looking through John Hart. Quentin Moore, 32nd. Osborne, 33rd. Him and Qualls did not have some good cars there. So I guarantee there's going to be a lot of work done on their cars. Let's see here. Navarro, 34th. Deaver, 35th. Olsen, 37th. Wow, some of the guys that made their first starts, in the testing session, not looking too good. And then McCurry, the Audi, 38th. Pritchard, not a good speed for him, 39th. But it's like they say, it doesn't matter how fast you're in the beginning. It also matters is when the 500 comes, you win the race, right? And then 40th, Alex Ferranti, man, just did not get everything going. But as you kind of seen through, he wasn't really hanging around the draft. He was just outside of it. So he was just minding his own business. And last, Michael Walton. So not fast at all.
I really want to see.
Look for
47s. Okay, that's for that draft. So it wasn't. It might have been just a glitch in practice. Unless, it might have been just a glitch.
Might have been, but still, that's...
They probably took the restrictor plate off.
I guarantee you.
There's no way 230 is... No.
No, and all the ratings, they're fixed to where they are, and I don't think that was meant to be, but that was still pretty amazing, though, nonetheless there. And you can see it looks like Matthew Pressengiggles would get the pole, so... Yep. So, that was it right there. So, one last look at the practice results. You remember, this is the results that everyone's supposed to be worried about. This is who was the
RJ
fastest
Bishop.
on the track
Yeah.
and who was the slowest. So technically, I guess you could say RJ Bishop.
It's pretty cool that it
But
even
still,
happened.
nonetheless,
I
that's
mean,
great to see with Anderson. That's pretty doggone amazing. I've never seen that. The fastest I actually seen was a 45.9. It was a 45.980, I want to say. That was the fastest. I don't remember who did it, but I do remember the time, though. Anderson destroyed that by 3 seconds at least.
Good
3.5
God.
to be exact. That's amazing.
Is the NRSL thinking about taking restrictor plates off here? Because that's not going to work. I hope not. Be Michigan V2 over here. Oh, boy.
That'd be dangerous.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what'll happen there. But once again, thank you, Kyle, for joining us. It couldn't have been complete without you here, man, because you got to see some interesting things with the 41 drivers here. Now, hopefully, we have Navarro for the last and final testing session that will take place at Daytona. Because remember, there are 3 testing sessions to take place in the Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are also 2 going around for Xfinity. And then
trucks will not have an official one, but they're all, like I've been doing so far, there'll always be updates, but not an official test. Give them a hush-hush.
So you heard it from there. Yep. So also keep an eye on NRSL Race Hub for updates and all that there. You will see updates about the truck series and all that, logos. And if you haven't been there yet, we have a Discord in the NRSL. If you want to join, please message either me or Kyle. We will invite you in there, and feel free to do what you got to do there, man. This Discord is pretty cool.
No problem.
Kyle, once
no
again,
problem.
thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it, all honesty there. And,
oh, dude, I'm telling you right now. Just a little taste. Me and Dylan did a test video with the trucks, and oh boy.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That's going to tell you how Daytona week is going to be, though. But it's like they say, though, before the main first week starts, the actual Cup Series.
You had the Bud Light Showdown that has the non. They film the rest of the spots, right? Is that what you're doing? And then you're going to do the Budweiser Shootout? Okay.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So we'll see what'll happen there. There'll be a few other people that'll put in, like from last season, that will make their actual final starts for some, like Washer and others. And of course, a whole bunch of stuff going around. And for the first time ever, Daytona Speed Weeks are actually a thing in the NRSL, which is I'm so excited to do, which I've never done before. I got the list right here if I wanted to tell you the whole series
rundown.
Right? So,
you got the Bud Light Showdown and the Budweiser Shootout that are on the same day. That's it's just like the All-Star race. You had the Showdown and then the main event. After that is the Gatorade Duels, which I'm really looking forward to for the first time to set the field for the 500. After that is probably the last testing session or practice, if you want to be honest. And then
Yep.
Then the truck series.
500 final practice that'll take place. And then the first race weekend going around, the debut of the NRSL Next Era Truck Series over on the Warren Keefe channel, which if you haven't subbed to that channel yet, please sub to that channel. That'd be awesome. The first ever truck series will be green on that channel right there. And then the Xfinity race will go around at Daytona. And then the biggest event that will ever be made, the 6th annual NRSL
Next Era Energy 250 on that Friday. The NNSCRA 300 on that Saturday, which thank you to Seth Cole for sponsoring that race. That is awesome to see. And then the 6th annual 500. Well, 5th annual because Outback had the first annual.
Both are thankful.
Little. Right.
But 6th annual because it's Cup too, so hey, you can't just go wrong with the Cup Series here. So the new changes here, they are getting better and better and all. And don't forget too, we still got the NRSL T-Mobile Cup Series rolling around here. We're getting closer and closer. Outback Xfinity Series first testing session should be around where race 14 or 15 will be around. So we still have spots open in that. So if you need an extra ride or two, just contact me and whoever
Nope.
else is possible. Remember, customs. That's the way you get in. No asking. So until then, for
Bye.
Daytona International Speedway, for Kyle Keith, this is Dylan.